Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a grand solar minimum update. Friday, September the 13th, 2019, at just around 11 p.m. Mountain Time. And what you're looking at is models showing over a foot of snow, maybe 4 feet of snow. Yes, in west central Wyoming before September 29th. Not only that, we have good news. Hurricane Humberto will not be affecting the East Coast all that much, but what will be affecting the future of humanity is the Sapphire Project, and we'll get to that. Keep calm, it's boom time. Research suggests climate change is reducing snowfall in the Northwest. Only data does not suggest that, just the research. This is coming out just 12 hours ago. More climate change fraud we're going to reveal early in the show here. New research at Portland State University says climate change is decreasing the amount of snow in the Pacific Northwest, and it has implications for winter resources in the region. That would make you wonder. Here's the paper coming from Portland State. Snowfall frequency declining across the Northwest. PSU study finds. Well, Portland State, I don't know where you got your data from, and we're going to break it down. This is coming from the Weather Channel. February snow in Portland increasing since 2009, very clearly. 2014, 2018, 2019, some of the biggest years. Now let's look at the Weather Authority. Portland snowfall from 2008-9 winter to 2017 and 18. Clearly, you see an increase in snow, averaging the last 5 years almost 90 inches. More data. This is Portland snowfall since 1870. Now, since 1870 and the Little Ice Age, the snowfall has decreased. But since 1980, look at this graph. Snowfall has been increasing in Portland in the decadal average on this graph. I can't find a single source showing Northwest snow decreasing. Here's Seattle snow. Let's take a look at that from 2005 to 2019. With a big year in 2008-9, but still clearly increasing from 2010 till present. And here's March of 2018. Look at the Northwest. There's over like 10 feet of snow in these orange regions. I think that might even be 20 feet of snow. Look at how much fucking snow is here. I-90, Snoqualmie Pass, snowfall. Since 2014 to present has seen some of the most snow ever recorded. And the 2018-2019 Sierra snow totals were ridiculous. 620 inches in Squaw Valley. It's like 57 feet. Sugar Bowl, 569 inches. Homewood, 568 inches. North Star, 555. National Weather Service, Reno, fire weather, wind, and a chance of snow is all in the forecast for next week. Let's check the GFS. Oh my God, Wyoming is buried. I'm going to do the regional models tomorrow night so we can hone in on the Northwest here and see how much snow is going to fall. Check out British Columbia. Check out Alberta, Northern Sierras. Snow falling as far south on these models as south central Arizona. Maybe even the Gila Mountains. It's insane. In the summer, end of summer, key message for Tropical Depression 9, which is going to be Tropical Storm Humberto, is that it's not going to affect you. In fact, the European models we showed you last night have come true. And our predictions are correct. Bahamas issues tropical storm warning for areas devastated by Dorian because it will follow the same path and it will bring wind and rain to those coastal regions, but just a tippy touch. I mean, barely. It's just going to be a brush your shoulder off. But in the northern Bahamas, it may not be such a shoulder brushing. To add insult to injury, during the development of the storm, they're going to get hit hard with more rain and wind. It's a sin. China excludes U.S. soybeans and pork from tariffs. Holla! Yes, the U.S. fiat currency market is not going to collapse anytime soon. Thank you, China. Freeze facts. Did you know that it froze this morning in Pagosa? If not, I put out a video just before this one. Go watch that. It will be linked at the end of this video, and you can just click on it. But freeze facts. What happens when corn and soybeans get hit with a freeze? Well, luckily, corn, it sends a signal to the grass itself, because corn is a grass, to quickly mature. So this may help the maturation process. But that is only in the case that there will be not another freeze. But it's looking like it's going to get cold quickly, and our season is over here. Climate change, electrical industry, dirty secrets, boost warming. Now, if you didn't know, all this alternative energy scene, it's just a cover. Sulfur hexafluoride, or SF6, is being widely used in the electrical industry to prevent short circuits and accidents, including in all the alternative energy sources. Now, here's the problem. That all the equipment that uses this SF6 leaks, just like frac wells. And the significant downside to using this SF6 is using the gas is that it has the highest global warming potential of any known substance in the universe. It's 23,500 times more warming than carbon dioxide. And we're not being taxed on it. Just 1 kilogram of SF6 warms the Earth to the same extent as 24 people flying from London to New York, round trip. It also persists in the atmosphere for an extremely long time, warming the Earth for at least 1,000 years. So why are we using more of this powerful gas? Because it's not because of you. It has nothing to do with CO2. It has everything to do with the global cabal of assholes that are controlling the narrative to tax you into poverty and to extract all of the wealth from the billions of sheep that exist on the planet. Let's talk about the sheep. Hundreds of thousands, millions of people talking about the mysterious waves that have been pulsating across Oklahoma. Now, there were seismic pulses across the mid-Craton last year that people speculated right out the ass about, from Planet X to HARP and blase nonsense. Particle accelerators, the Hadron Collider. Here it is. Here's the pulse. It's a 20-second interval. Could be coming from aliens. But we just found out exactly what it is. Down here in McAllister Army ammunition plant, they were exploding spent munitions every 20 seconds underground. As to not scare the people, they blow up the ammunition at regular 20-second intervals underground like a heartbeat. So the anomaly has nothing to do with any of the speculation of aliens or any other bullshit or any other conspiracy theory, because the facts are in. McAllister Army ammunition plant has revealed that they were blowing up ammunitions every 20 seconds for days underground to spread out the seismic activity to not raise any eyebrows. And yet the eyebrows were raised by the conspiracy theorists and the nuts who think the Earth is flat, and that Dane Wigington is correct. But I digress. Seismic update. No quakes of note except the one that sent Mary Greeley into her cricket hell. The 3.3 in Montpelier, Idaho, which signals Yellowstone going off. Only it doesn't. Absolutely normal activity. Mid-ocean ridges are spreading. as the Earth swells and cosmic rays and electricity infiltrate the planet during the magnetic reversal. Worldwide volcano news update. Shungite time. Holy macaroni. We got to take care of something here real quick. We had an incident at the reactor. Okay. We're going to get the Sapphire Project in just a moment. I think I erased stuff. Let's see what's going on here. I think I erased everything. Yes, I did. Stick with me. 10 minutes, 50 seconds in, and we just erased 453,000 tabs. I don't know why that was. Could be a little bit of... Oh, there's Shivalush. Stick with us. I don't even know where I ended. We were on the seismic update. Mid-ocean ridges spreading. Here we have a 5.4 in the northern mid-Atlantic ridge. No other quakes of note. Worldwide volcano news update. We have Shivalush puffing and passing. We came by the Cape Verde video. Let's go to the new. There it is. Still a little bit of puffsation here emanating from the large caldera, which is now formed from all the explosive activity there. But we have Shivalush continuing to repuff at 15,000 feet multiple times in the last 24 hours. Aso also in the mix. Sabancaya to 25,000 feet. Reventador, Ducono, Nevados de Chilán, Fuego, Popo, Krakatoa. Yeah, Krakatoa is puffing up to a few thousand feet. But we're waiting for Villarica to really darken the skies. Now, ticking time bomb obesity map in the United States reveals that the states that we're all fat, the whole fucking country. The U.S. is a bunch of fat, lazy pricks with no micronutrients that are all diabetic and they can all suck it. Well, 42% anyway. But look at this green outlier where we are. Holy sh! We are the least sick people in the world because of cannabis. Oh, it's all right there. Not only that, we have some of the most biodiverse regions west of the Continental Divide. And that's why we're sitting right here, sitting pretty in the green. But in many of the states, over a third of the people are fat and dying. Just lazy pricks. Yep. North Dakota, Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Kentucky, and West Virginia. It almost is like an Appalachian sickness of fatness and obesity. Now, just because you're a fat fuck doesn't mean you're unhealthy. They've only tried to dupe you into that. Body size has nothing to do with your health. It does if you're micronutrient deficient. There are plenty of fat people that live to 90. But for the most part, huge body mass taxes your heart to death. And if you're not like someone who works outside or something, you'll probably have a massive stroke. So there's that. But in general, fat people are just as healthy as thin people. Just as many thin people that are top athletes and exercisers die early as fat people. This medical industry has completely polluted your mind into what's real and what's fake. But what's real is that everyone's fucking fat in the U.S. because we're fucking fat and lazy and we just eat tons of shit because we can buy it at the dollar store. And so we get gigantic. But if we're taking in the right foods, fruits and vegetables, micronutrients, and the like, it doesn't matter if we're fat. We're just as healthy as the skinny prick who eats McDonald's. And that's a boom. Tonight's first factual boom to the facts that you know are not facts at all. Greta Thunberg, the biggest threat to humanity. This autistic or slightly retarded child that they're using as a puppet, as if she knows something about the facts about climate change. I wish I could sit her down in the room and say, how much research have you done onto the topic, Greta? Can you show me all the manipulated data from NASA and NOAA and the bomb in the last 2 decades? Do you know about ClimateGate 1 and 2? Can you show me the physics of CO2 science and the fact that the greenhouse effect would cause cooling? And that people can't even get it right that volcanic eruptions either cause warming or cooling? I mean, it's that simplistic. Greta, can you break down your deep knowledge of climate science and all the information that we've gleaned in the last decade, please, since you were 3? Greta, could you please tell us that? It's sickening. This girl's probably going to commit suicide or die or self-immolate by the age of 30. All because of the powers that be, manipulating this poor child who's already probably mentally deficient. I said it. United States, you have a moral responsibility to call out the abusers of this child. Gather the facts on the climate fraud and send it to her parents. Send it to her handlers. Get it to the top media outlets, and let's see if they actually react through compassion and humanity to protect this child from being trafficked before your very eyes, so that the powers that be can tax your ass on bullshit science in a bullshit narrative while rich people get richer and we all starve to death while the resources dwindle and they pretend they're not. It's disgusting. What's beautiful is Hubble, which just captured breathtaking new images of Saturn, which used to be our sun. And it barely looks real. Not only that, we've seen all of Planet X's that ever existed and the amazing geometry at the North Pole here caused by the electric universe. You can see Enceladus. Is that Celine Dion out there? Tethys, Janus, Epithemus, Mimas. Look at that. Holy macaroni. It's beautiful. Click on these videos. If you don't, you're just a loser. There's a new blackest material ever. It's called black diamond, and it's eating a diamond as we speak. Here's the multi-million-dollar diamond before, and here's black diamond. I love it. You have no idea what I'm talking about. Click the link. Now, on Friday the 13th, don't be freaked out by my shungite. It's elite, I assure you. It's glorious. It's shungatic. So all I do is I just dump that into my bottle of stainless steelness to get some of my local mountain spring water, hopefully from 10,500 feet or higher. And I just fill my container. The shungite is listed in the Amazon Preparedness store under Preparedness supplements. And look, if you get them from Wally Stones, which is our #1 supplier, you can literally, for $50, get quite a substantial packet that you can hand out to your friends or secretly slip it into their own well or cistern without their knowledge. And these are amazing pieces of 100% pure elite shungite, not the black powdery shit. This doesn't get any black on your hands. These are the crystalline, perfect shungitic mass that you want to get the 33 to 5% of carbon-60 out of and into your body without spending all that expensive $80 to $100 a month on supplements. Just get one $5, $10 rock. Lasts forever. And take one for the team. The Carbon 60 team on Friday the 13th. Don't be freaked out by the micro moon. Now, as this baby rises, you may be tripping or whatever, balls. A full moon on Friday the 13th right now is spooky enough. But it will happen at 11:32 p.m. on the East Coast, 10:32, one time zone in, 9:32 here. Illuminati with the shoddy. Whatever you think I'm doing, I'm not, because I just made it up. And East Coasters get it at 12:32 a.m. or whatever I just said was unfactual. Read the article. It's not a sharticle. But what is true is that the moon will appear 14% smaller than you've ever seen it, 30% dimmer. And it's because it's at a point called the perigee, which is exactly opposite of the apogee. So the perigee is the farthest point, and the apogee would be the closest. If you're listening. Are you listening? This guy looks creepy. He looks like a magician. Anyway, check out more facts at the links below. Sapphire Project. I digress. Transformative technology. The Sapphire Project reactor generates densities analogous to the sun. It's a plasma experiment. They started discussing it in 2011. Almost a decade later, major breakthroughs have occurred as early as 2017, according to Monty. Now, Leah and I went to the Electric Universe conference, I believe back in 2014, when Sapphire Project did one of its most impressive updates. They were just getting the lab together, but major breakthroughs have occurred. And I want you guys to all come over here to see the pattern. If you're interested in Electric Universe, and you know about the thunderbolts.info page or not, Wall, Thornhill, and the EU yearly summits. And now they have a European contingent. So there's actually, I think, 2 a year. But the next one is coming this summer in Portland, and Leah and I may go to it. But I want you to come over to check out, see their pattern. This is one of the newest contributors to the Electric Universe paradigm. Again, it's the Thunderbolts Project is one of the most important multidisciplinary scientific approaches to rewriting your human history through cosmology that ever existed. So I implore you to go over to thunderbolts.info to start your journey into Electric Universe. Now, many of us have been delving into this for over a decade, including to see the pattern. And if he hasn't been doing it that long, he's one of the top in his field. So please come over and subscribe to his channel. Tell him that Diamond sent you and watch the reaction to the Sapphire Project update first, and then the follow-up that was just released today, where there's over 1 hour of footage with Monty from the Sapphire Project, who's a hero of mine. And you'll get to actually understand that he is simply an electromagnetic engineer who knows about shielding and wave patterns and signal generation, etc. And he was simply hired by the Thunderbolts Project to audit the electric sun model. And then they quickly did a bell jar experiment where they basically had some amazing results, and the rest is history. These guys are transmuting elements. They're putting in low levels of energy and creating extreme amounts of heat from it. Literally, they're proving it's not 0 point energy in any way. But what they're doing is they're putting in a constant source of electricity, and they're creating massive amounts of heat, which should not be created by this amount of energy. Not only that, they're changing the crystal lattices of elements and transmuting it into new elements. And I believe that's what's causing the heat. So literally, it's a type of electrical plasma fusion. Remember that cold fusion shit from the 70s, 80s, and 90s? This is like cold, hot fusion. And it is literally the biggest breakthrough in modern history. And no one's talking about it. But we are. Subscribe to see their pattern. He's at the top of the game. Tell him Diamond sent you. Watch the last 2 videos. Watch them all. If you want to catch up on Electric Universe, Birkeland Currents, the fake black hole nonsense, and all that other shit we talk about, do it. Do a dab and just spend all night like it's it's like a season 8 of whatever. That awesome show called See the Pattern. See it and make a pattern. Permaculture, Soil, Science, and Solutions. I want to thank all of our subscribers and supporters that got involved with Matt Power's launch of his Kickstarter just 5 days ago. It's kicking ass and taking names. Just $3,849 away from being funded. It's all or nothing. If we don't get this, he doesn't get this. And I feel like I'm just as much a part of this, even though I don't get shit out of it, as I am with Matt. But we can. Someone out there with 50 grand, just dump it in here because there is a stretch goal. And if this Kickstarter, let's go check it out, hits $50,000, take a look at the stretch goals. Matt Powers and Diamond from Oppenheimer Ranch will come out to one lucky backer's home and throw a permaculture soil party. We're going to make videos. It'll be awesome. 100 grand. Matt Powers and Diamond will launch a permaculture soil tour across the West Coast. Ugh! With permaculture parties in every city we hit. Can you imagine that? That's like a wet dream for me. Hope you got something out of the video. Times are changing. People are helping. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. Are you farming? If you're not, get started.